The yard guardian of the little dog Tuanchuan. In the yard of the little girl Duodwo's home, there lives a little yellow dog. Everyone calls it Tuanchuan. It has a coat of short golden fur, like a little coat woven with sunlight. Its round black eyes always shine, and its ears stand up straight at the slightest sound. When it runs, its tail wags like a small flag, and it will rub its wet nose against people's hands, making people can't help but want to hug it. That early morning Tuan was playing with a ball in the yard with Duadua when he suddenly heard a soft woo sound. It was Dudu, the little brother of the neighbor. He had lost the small marbles his mother gave him when he went out in the morning. They were gifts his mother brought back from a business trip. Dudu was so worried that tears were falling from his eyes. Tuanchuan hurried over and sniffed around the path Dudu had walked with its nose. Its nose was so sharp that it could smell the scent on the small marbles. It wasn't long before it peeked under the flower beds, and a shiny blue marble emerged. Dudu picked up the marbles, hugged Tuanchuan's neck, and laughed. Tuanchuan, you're so amazing, much faster than I found it. Tuanchuan wagged her tail and gently licked Dodo's hand with her tongue, as if saying, "You're welcome." In the morning, as the sun rose slowly, Duodwo was doing her homework in the yard and placed her beloved paintbrush on the stone table. A gust of wind blew, and a red paintbrush was blown into the haystack in the corner. Duodu searched for a long time but couldn't find it. She was so anxious that she kept stamping her feet. Tuan heard Duadwa's voice and rushed over. Following the smell of the paintbrush, he quickly picked it out from the harem and gently placed it in front of Duadwa. Duadwo patted Tuan's head and said, "Tuan, you are really my little helper. What would I do without you?" Tuan lay at Duadwo's feet, resting her chin on her paw, watching Duadwo smile, her tail still swaying gently. At noon, Duadwo's good friend Lely came to her home to play. The two of them wanted to play hide-and-seek, but they were missing a person to look for. Tuan quickly stood up and barked at the two of them twice, as if saying, "I'm here to be the one looking." Lele smiled and said, "Great, great." Tuan's nose is the most sensitive. She's sure to find us. Duadwo hid behind a big tree, and Lely hid behind the clothes on the clothesline. Tuan first smelled the scent and found Duadwo, then walked around the place where Lely was hiding twice and gently peeked at the clothes. With his paws, Lely could only smile and run out. Tuan is so amazing, it's simply impossible to hide. In the afternoon, dark clouds suddenly drifted from the sky, and it seemed that it was about to rain. The dried vegetables that Grandma was drying in the yard had not yet been brought back into the house. Tuan hurriedly ran to her side, barked at the bamboo basket under the eaves, and bit the corner of Grandma's clothes to pull them into the yard. When Grandma saw this, she quickly followed Tuan to collect the dried vegetables. As soon as they finished, raindrops began to fall with a drip, drip sound. Grandma patted Tuan's head and said, "Thanks to Tuan, otherwise the dried vegetables would have been soaked." Tuan wagged her tail and rubbed it around her grandma's feet. In the evening, the setting sun dyed the courtyard orange-red Duardua Lele, and Dodo surrounded Tuantuan, sharing cookies and fruits. Tuantuan lay in the middle, with a small piece of dried meat given by Duodwo in her mouth. Looking at the smiling faces of the three children, her eyes narrowed into little crescent moons. Suddenly, it felt that it was not just a little dog. It could also help Dodo find marbles, Duo find paintbrushes, play games with everyone, and remind Grandma to harvest dried vegetables. It was much happier than sleeping alone in the yard. It turns out that even a tiny puppy can, with its own enthusiasm and agility, become the little sun in the yard, bringing joy and peace of mind to everyone. When the moon rose, Tuanchuan lay at Duadua's feet, listening to her tell bedtime stories. Occasionally, her tail swayed slightly, as if responding to Duadua's words. The room was quiet, with only the soft breathing of Tuantuan. Because of Tuantuan, this small home became more and more lively and warm. Such days were sweeter than dried meat, and more beautiful than golden fur.